Alright, so I'm going to show you how to get started on your coil pot today. First thing you're going to need is a canvas. You're going to need 2 rulers, a roller, and then you will need your needle tool, your blending tool, if you have a scoring tool, and then one thing I like to use is a spoon, and I'll show you how to use that in a little bit. That's what you're going to need to get started. When you put your clay on the canvas, go ahead and put it to the right or left side. Our clay is a little bit wet, so we're actually going to fold our canvas over. Go ahead and press the clay down flat with your hand first. Put your rulers, do not put them up against the clay, space them out a little bit, and then you'll go ahead and roll out your clay. I find that standing up is the easiest way to roll out the clay. I don't want to roll it all in one singular direction because I don't want to get a long strip of clay, so I'm going to turn it. When you stand up, you have more leverage, so for your coil pot assignment, you may find that standing up most of the time will be most beneficial to you. There's the bell. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut a circle. If you want to trace something, you may. Just make sure that you just put it on lightly. Don't press it down. Don't try to put it on and push it down like a cookie cutter. We don't want to do that. You can also just cut out a shape freehand. Make sure that you are cutting on the canvas, not on the tables. And then go ahead and take your extra clay and ball it up because we're going to use this for our coil. Okay, so there is our base. You want to make sure that you get a piece of plastic and a bat. You want to put the plastic over the bat. This will keep your piece from drying out. If your piece does dry out, you will have to start over. So make sure that you always have the plastic on top of there because remember the wood will take the moisture out of your clay. Okay, so we are done now with our canvas, our roller, and our rulers, so you can actually put these items away. We do not need these anymore, so if you wanted to go put them away on the shelf after you're done, you may. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and roll out our coil, and we're going to just roll that right out on the table. You want your coil to be about finger thickness. And you want to make sure that it's long enough to go all the way around the circle that you have made. If it starts to get flat, just put a little twist into it. Make sure that your coil is even. I'm going to test this out, see if it is long enough. Indeed it is. So what I'm doing now is I'm overlapping the coils here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut through both of them at the same time. So holding on to it, cut through both at the same time, and then take off the extra, and then your coil should match up perfectly. The next thing that we're going to do now is we're going to do what's called scoring. So I'm going to take this off, and you can use your needle tool. And you want to go ahead and score the bottom of your coil. If you have a scoring tool, which looks like this, it's a little tool with little wires on it. If you have one of those, you can use that to score instead. If you do have a needle tool, you just want to make sure that you're making little lines where your 2 pieces are going to attach together. And then don't forget to do the ends of your coil as well. We want those to stick together as well. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to get some slip, which is the liquid clay that you have on your table. And you're going to go ahead and put slip. You don't have to put it on both pieces, just put it on your base. Make sure I put a little bit of slip on the end here as well. Go ahead and set the coil back on top. And then we want to use our blending tool. We want to use the round side of the blending tool, not this side. We want to use the round side. If there's clay on it, go ahead and clean it off. Make sure that it's nice and clean. And you want to go ahead and we want to blend the inside of the coil. Also blending together the coil where it meets there. After you do blend, you want to go ahead and use this to smooth it. You can also use your finger with a little bit of water to smooth it if you'd like. And then you also want to make sure that you blend the outside. And we do not want to go this way. We don't want to go side to side because we'll just hide the line. We actually want to go either top to bottom or bottom to top because we want to blend the two bodies of clay together. And again, just take a little bit of water, take your finger. You don't want to see any blending lines. I do like using a spoon for blending. Make sure that you don't blend too much of the coil. We don't want to make it skinny. We need to make sure we have enough of a surface to put the next coil on top. And again, you can use your spoon to smooth out the outside. You can use a spoon to blend it as well. If you have an extra one at home, if you have some old silverware, you can ask your parent if you can bring that. And again, just use some water to smooth that out. So that's our first coil.